guys ready?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Get it all out now.
What I'm curious about is, did anybody not know we were doing this until tonight? I'm just curious who didn't know.
I didn't know how.
I think I knew part of it. I knew that we were going to be doing an interview. But
I thought it was going to be one-on-one.
That's what I thought. Okay. All right. So I'll be real honest with you. I threw all these together last night. So, you know, we've been talking about this for a while, but last night. So, anyway, all right. So let's do this. And I apologize. I'm nasally, dealing with allergies and all that junk. All right.
Is the camera on?
Yes.
The camera is on. Yes. So.
Are we certain?
Yes. Are we live?
I should have told you that beforehand. So it was.
Camera guy.
You know, if you think
Make sure you didn't have to
camera walks over, you can be on.
All right, so we're gonna do this, okay? I'm not gonna tell you anything ahead of time other than what I've already told you. All right, so I'm glad you guys are here. Glad you could come. It's awesome. Are we missing anybody at all at this point, or is everybody here? This is everybody, right? Ethan Smith is sitting down here on the floor behind the camera. You know what? Come here for a second.
He's not one of us.
Come here. Come up here and say hi. Yeah.
This is our new adopted son.
Yes, please.
I was found in a box on the road.
Go back in the closet.
Thank you, Ethan.
Alright. I'm not a total loser, just some of one. That's about it.
Alright, so hello everyone, I'm Sean McHugh, and I'm here today with the cast and crew of various short films from production company The Fun is Building Productions. Jonas McHugh is the founder and head of the company, and today is a very special day, 17 years in the making, as today, May 24th, 2019, is Jonas's 17th birthday. So happy birthday, Jonas! I'm glad everyone could be here. Thank you for coming and celebrating Jonas's birthday. Today is also special because we have the cast and crew from the various short films here to talk about the films and share their thoughts and experiences while making them. So, let me start with Jonas. So, you're an aspiring filmmaker, and I want to know, how did you come up with the name The Fun is Building Productions?
Well, originally it was actually based off of Legos. The Fun is Building. I think that was even a tagline in some of their advertising for some things. But then, I don't know, it kind of came to the fact that like as we were adding more and more people, the fun kept getting bigger and bigger, so it's like building up. And then we had some days that didn't go so well, and they're kind of like...
Fidget spinner!
But there wasn't really too much to it. I was thinking about changing the name to Building Bridges, which has a deeper meaning of connecting people, but that would be something someday. But for right now, it's The Fun is Building. So, that's why.
So, tell us how many films have been made, and what are the names of each of the films?
Okay, so we've got The Darth Vader Dreams, which is like a trailer on a smartphone. We got The Darth Vader Dreams Part 2, which we did the next year, which was my first real thing where I was directing. And then we have Darth Vader Dreams Part 3, we've got Sticky Joe, we've got Sticky Joe 2, and these aren't all in order. Grandpa Weirdo, Trial of the Fidget Spinner, and is that it? That's it. And then we have, so far. And then we've got the upcoming film, The Revengers post-game.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Captain America becomes a snail.
Well, dang it, I knew it!
Green Lantern dies.
That might not be wrong. But yeah, I think that's all the films we've made.
Whoops.
So, how did the idea of creating these films begin? How did it start?
It was,
For those of you that were here.
it was Jonas, Aiden, and Ethan, and we were just, I bought my phone, and I think I showed him a trailer I made.
It's about the ninja.
Yeah, it was the black dark ninja?
Dark Ninja,
Yeah, Dark Ninja.
Yeah,
Dark
and
Ninja.
so we filmed, me and my family were bored one day and filmed it. And I was like, hey, we could do this, and we did. And I remember a lot of it was outside, skipping, and then parts of it was like we took out a slide and somebody. It was weird. It was the goal was to combine horror, fairy tale, and sci-fi into one. But it was weird. It was bad.
Minus the horror.
And to be clear, you were talking more about the Vader Dreams film
Right.
than the Dark Ninja.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yes.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, I remember witnessing that for the first time and realizing what you guys were actually doing.
Yeah.
I
And I
remember.
was a little concerned about what my neighbors might think
Yeah.
because they knew me well enough, but you know,
I
still.
think
And then we just saw Alice reach for a piece of paper and go, I need to make a horn.
on the phone, did everybody die in the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a trial and error kind of thing.
Yeah, so the way it worked, it was like a trailer app, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So
iMovie.
I know.
And it was just a template, and you would record something, and it would add music and filters and cutscenes. And you
Yeah.
just,
And it basically told you what to film, right?
yeah.
It did, yeah. It did. Yeah, Ethan, do you have anything about that I'm forgetting?
Yeah, that was fun.
Was the slide here?
It was probably over here.
I remember it was down here.
Yeah, it was down here. We had this little orange and blue slide. It was made for kids. And they were
We
sliding
were
down
using
it.
I remember that.
Alex, do you
Yes.
not have the movie?
It was lost when I broke my phone.
But we
My
must.
mom-
Maybe.
There may be a way to recover it.
My mom actually said that you sent it to her at some point through her
I
phone, and she
did.
thinks she has it.
I
But she doesn't know
do
what-
think she
But
has
she
it.
has a new phone too, so she doesn't know if the data is out there.
But
So we'll
I
have
did
to
send it to her over email once.
Prequel coming soon?
That's the dealer does.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very possible.
Though all of
it's
you
still
except the
there.
Cratons ended up seeing that at some, and Smith ended up seeing that at some point, right?
I saw so.
I saw it.
Oh yeah, Tucker wasn't in that one.
Yeah,
forgot.
I actually didn't remember that he was in that. It was only us three, technically.
Mhm.
And then Alex was in it too, but he was doing a lot of the filming.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. We all took turns using the phone.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Ah!
And then we tried to keep the costumes consistent throughout all the movies.
Well, that didn't work.
The hair
I
was not
remember.
consistent.
The hair wasn't consistent.
The beard wasn't consistent.
The age wasn't consistent at all.
The height.
Yeah, so
My hair.
Oh my
And
god.
then, like-
Because Alex was shorter than Ethan.
If I could cut
was.
stuff out.
And then Alex got taller than everybody. Ethan was basically a child.
Here's
And now,
this
Yeah.
I'm still a child, thank you.
well, we're not talking about you. We're talking about that one.
Oh.
But in the first one, he sounded.
on the ball.
You sound like Austin.
Sounds like Mickey Mouse.
No, I
And then I tried to keep my costume the same, but
I think.
my sweatpants had a giant hole in the crotch the last year I used them. I guess I can't use those anymore. And then I actually still have the sweatshirt. I just lost the like part where you like the strings. I lost that, but I do have the sweatshirt still.
Alright.
And like I remember one year Jonas was like, "Did you bring the purple sparkly pick?" And I was like, "It's literally got. I have like 5 picks lying around my house because I do so often."
I saw you were just using one earlier, that shot.
Yeah.
Just stuck it in there.
But yeah.
So I know you guys put a lot of hours into making these films. A lot of hours. I was around for a lot of it.
Sorry.
Did you? So not just the first film, but any of the films, because it may have been a different experience for each of you along the way at some point. Did you have any idea when you were actually making the films, especially the first time, but did you at the time expect to see the end result as to what it was when it was put all together? Because when you're filming these things, well, I'll let you address that. That's what I'm asking you. Did you expect the final product to be what it was when you were done after all the long hours that you did and all the multiple takes and all that sort of stuff? Anybody?
I think in every case
I
it
would
was
say
probably just
definitely
stupider than
no.
it seemed like it was going to be.
Well, because, like, especially for part 2, we went to the park first and filmed all the end scenes.
Oh,
Well,
that was so.
So
part
I-
three.
Yeah.
Part 3.
Oh, part 3. So everything was mixed up because we filmed everything in different parts, but you had that all planned out.
Kind of.
So we filmed every different part in different, I don't know, we just filmed a bunch of different scenes and then you put them all together. I was like, there's no way this is going to come together.
What I thought was awesome, because I remember he had like a script and a schedule, and like, was this the year of the fidget spinner?
Well, last year I had a schedule for Weirdo and Trial, and then
Well, last year's schedule worked out. The year before that,
well,
That's
when
when it went out.
we did Darth Vader Dreams
Right.
Part 3 on 2 different days, technically 3, the third one was only a kid. So the last 2 I did have schedules, and they weren't timed, these ran out of time. But the first time I did not, and it was just a script, and that didn't work. Because part 2 I just had a script, and I was like, oh, I can just do that again. And no.
It didn't work
No,
out.
there was way too many people.
There was everybody.
Yes.
And I remember Jonas was frustrated. I was like, oh my gosh, we just were at Jonas's birthday. Wow. And then I was like, and then he pulled it together, and I was like, oh, I guess, wow.
Yeah, so like that movie ended up being an hour long.
I think that was my favorite
With some
overall.
editing filler, but yeah.
And hard country accents.
That was
Oh,
a good
God.
movie.
What?
I was really
When I was really tired, I started speaking country.
We might end up watching
Speaking
we might
country.
Yeah. I started talking like this.
Hey, you speak country!
He was asleep during most of the stuff.
Oh yeah, there was some stuff he was just.
He was literally
That's it.
we need to get Austin to do that shot and see what the comparison is
Oh
like.
my god.
I said Austin.
You're just
like, yep, this
Yeah, Caden was in my room the entire time playing with Legos.
I'm like hearing you all talk, I'm just like, yep, this is fun.
Yeah, that's for part 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Which of the... Does anybody else have anything else they want to say about the question about your experience and making it and seeing the final product later?
I guess just seeing the final product, it like makes you appreciate how much planning goes into a movie. Because like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, they're professionals, and that's easy for them now. I mean, like, no. Like there's so much work outside of the acting and even the editing, just the organization of everything.
Be quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was honestly probably the hardest
It
job.
was.
It was well edited.
Well, hey, I'll say like even just what you're doing earlier with this Avengers spoof. You guys have got to be quiet. It's super long. But yeah, it's like what you see with the professionals. You know, movies take a year or multiple years to come out, and they're filming every day.
Right.
Yeah.
We film,
With professional actors who are quiet.
yeah, and just like they might have more technical problems and things like that. But you know, they still take a lot of time to get those things done. So it's like for us to be able to do what we did in 3 days with minimal equipment and acting skills and whatever else, like I think that's pretty impressive.
I like the party we had one year where we all got together and we watched it. I like that. That was fun.
Yeah,
That
the
was,
movie night. The year that we were
good.
that was always nice.
Which of the films, since you brought that up, Christian, which of the films was the most difficult to do that you participated in?
Darth Vader Dreams Part 3, without a doubt. Again, like
I
that.
think that one's pretty unanimous for all of us.
Yeah.
The greatest, because they've only worked in 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
Very.
And that goes back to
And then
what
the
you were
holding
talking about.
portal.
the portal. That's like 30 minutes.
And then and then we had the light.
Yeah,
Yes.
the light, the
The-
red light.
Okay,
light
so
that
now, so I can
produces
speak to
radiation.
that because yes, I had that little light from 1968
Yeah.
or whatever I was holding up. That was my dad's old Super 8 lamp, and then the portal, wrapping that up in tape as we did, you know, and
And then get
keeping it from ripping, and it was
Yeah.
windy and all that stuff.
And-
Yeah.
And we remade it again too.
Yeah.
The second day we actually remade it, my dad and I did, because it had ripped so much the first time.
All right.
Yep, that's right.
That was, and then, I mean, we had a bunch of props. By the beginning of the film, there was a long, like, Christmas pole, a wrapper stick, right, that the Guardians are using.
Oh yeah.
And by the end, it was just a
It was like
flop.
dark.
It's floppy.
It was just a little floppy mess, and it was just,
Yeah.
and that described all of the props.
Floppy mess.
Yeah.
The whole
I
movie
don't know
is a
how
floppy
this
mess.
horn survived so long.
We
Yeah.
repaired it a couple times. We gotta do
We
tape and
repaired
things.
it, but it still survived.
Still-
I'm surprised it hasn't, like, or nothing.
Yeah.
Snapped in half.
I know the
Yeah.
tip, the very tip broke off. Alright.
Which of the films was your favorite? Let's go down the line here, Ethan.
I like the most recent one because it was like with Grandpa Weirdo. I like that one because it shows more in depth of the movie rather than kind of jumping back and forth. It showed more. It gave a really good setup of the plot of the story.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was very well put together, which really made it. I thought it was pretty good. Like that was a really good film.
Steven?
Yeah. But like
Oh, I'm sorry.
every
Ethan.
time every movie that we make, it keeps getting better.
Yeah.
So if we
Until this year.
if like even if we as we probably get certain as we're growing up we're gonna get kind of busy in jobs and stuff. But even if we do this like every once in a while, then it might really become pretty good. Like really.
Film festival type stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I have a script for a film festival maybe that I'll get started.
Really?
I'm not gonna talk about it right now. But yeah.
So is this the 4th year? Today the 4th year?
Well, this is
Or the
we
5th?
have
Doing it every year
technically
since
this is the
the
5th. Technically this is the 5th if we count the trailer year.
Okay.
Whoa.
Because part 1, part 2, part 3, Grandpa Weirdo, you're in trial, and then this year, so 5th year.
So that's 20.
For the veterans in the room, it's been 5 years. Sorry, we
That's
did
a long time.
Do we need to pause here for a commercial?
Commercial.
Right back.
Commercial.
I'm Phil Swift here with Flex Tape.
Commercial break.
It's a shamble out, but yeah. I'm
I'm gonna keep myself
too much
occupied for the
time.
next hour.
Oh! Thanks for being patient, Smith.
Yeah, that's alright.
Is it Chamo
Is it
guys?
rolling?
It's not the first time.
Yes, it's rolling now.
JK.
Okay, so we're back. Steven, what was your favorite of the films that you've seen or worked in?
I would say the same, the Grandpa Weirdo, because I was in it.
You didn't really get to do much in the trial. You were supposed to do more.
Yeah,
You
you
were
always
supposed to
do.
do
They
more.
were to leave early or something.
That's why they were escorting you out.
Ethan Tucker?
I'd say Grandpa Weirdo as well, just because I'm in the storm. And I think it was probably the best edited, and it made the most sense out of all the movies that we've done.
Well, hey, the defense of the Darth Vader Dreams ones, they weren't exactly supposed to make sense to begin with. But
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
we didn't complete the one, and that kind of caused a lot of problems, and also, some of the lines got a little messed up when we were filming it, so it's like, the script is better, if that makes sense, so it's like the script makes more sense, but when you actually read it and follow it all, but I understand what you're doing.
So on that note, of everyone that was involved in these films, I think we literally saw you grow the most. I mean, like literally
yeah,
grow.
pretty much.
Okay. They
went
had commented on that earlier, right? So what I wanted to ask you is, so we saw you from in the first film with you was, what was the character's name? I'm sorry.
Larry or Barry?
There's Larry and
Yeah, Barry.
Okay.
So
All right.
Larry's the main one.
So we saw you as Larry/Barry to Grandpa Weirdo. That's kind of a long range of,
It's like 50
you got
years.
age there, yeah, from young to old, right? So I wanted to ask you, did you model your portrayal of Grandpa Weirdo after anyone in particular? Or did you imagine yourself as an old man and that's how you would end up being?
No one in particular, no. Just modeling an old person.
Wow.
Get off my lawn!
Just an old person, not you,
Just
you
the
know,
stereotypical
X number of years
old
in the
person.
future.
Not Dan Rogers.
Moonshine's Brian tonight.
Y'all don't get
Yeah, you know.
That's an inside joke.
Yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, just stereotypical
Okay.
old person. I don't know.
Alright.
Angry old man.
Christian?
I'm actually gonna say that the Darth Vader Dreams Part 3 was my favorite, simply because I think, like as many issues as we did come across, like just the fact that we were able to make an hour-long movie, like that, like that's something. To
That was
show.
the longest movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That was
by far the
That
longest
was
movie.
easily the longest.
The only thing I'll say about that is quality over quantity.
Yeah, that's true.
But
That's
it
true.
was still good. It was still good.
Yeah, and like just like the whole process of making it, I guess, like even though we had our hiccups here and there, I think that I don't know, just there was something different about that one, I guess. It wasn't just like this short; it was like this, like legit.
I liked. Okay, the one thing that is probably swaying most people's opinions with these movies is probably like the camera.
Yeah.
Like seeing the transition of like, cause you always had the same, music, same editing style, but then when it was added onto, like with a good camera, I remember seeing like the Grandpa Weird trailer,
Weirdo.
Weirdo trailer, and
That's
I
a
was
big
like,
jump. A very
great.
It's like-
It,
Oh, we
it
can see
looks
that.
like something you would find for a trailer to like a funny movie, and I was like, oh my gosh! And I was like, Jonas thought of this, and Jonas thought of this, and on top executed it in such an amazing way, and like the camera finally captured it, and that's why I liked Grandpa Weirdo the best. So yeah.
I would have to say Darth Vader Dreams Part 3 just because we were able to fit so many amazing and cool scenes into that, like the reference to Star Wars Episode 3, Darth Vader Rising. That took so long to film, and yet when you look at the final product, it's just like, this actually could be a parody, and a good parody at that.
You were starring in that scene, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there was a trooper.
I gotta say that was pretty epic.
I have no idea how many times I had to throw that blanket up into the air.
Oh, I have like 20, 30 times. 'Cause the idea was that it would be like multiple shots, not just the one, from like different angles and stuff. You know how in movies a lot of times they'll repeat the same
Right,
big action a couple
right.
times. So that was the idea. But a lot of times, like one time it just landed on top of you. It was like Kane that landed on top of you
Wow.
because you were laying in the chair. And you threw
Yeah,
it.
I can't even say. I had airsoft mask on, and then at some point I had the airsoft mask on with the clone trooper head on top of it, and so it's just like I cannot see.
Or
So-
breathe.
Y'all remember the fight scene?
Which one?
The one at the soccer field?
That was.
Oh,
That was
Those people. Were
amazing.
so
Well, yeah, the people there
Who
were
hit
like.
the duck?
Who
hit the duck?
I rescued the duck.
No, he brought it,
You
but I
brought
rescued it.
I rescued it from a lake.
Aiden rescued it first, and then Caden rescued it, and then Fabian rescued it, according to the video, the
I
caption order.
okay, I carried that thing literally 5 miles.
Was
Out
that
of
from the winter trip?
no, that was the other one. I carried 2, like 8 miles total.
For what reason?
Well, because so we were in the wilderness, and they were these decoys that were just left there. So we just found them on our survival trips, and so I carried them 4 miles.
But that fight scene, how he planned it out and how he executed it, and
It was really
like I remember the slow motion one.
And then someone just comes in and does like a flip during the thing.
That was Alex.
Is that me?
It was
Yeah,
a cartwheel,
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 yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I like the force push.
That was just great. And then
Yeah, the force push.
oh yeah, see, that's what
Oh,
I
I
was trying to
remember.
remember.
That was
so.
epic.
Oh,
That
it
was
wasn't actually
it.
force
Did
push,
he
it
do
forced you all off the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went.
That double.
That was
a
dope. As many times as it fell apart, it was pretty cool.
We got a thing. How about
Zach?
Probably Grandpa Weirdo, because it was the only one I really had a role. And that was like the only other one I was in. So,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Okay.
I liked the second one. It's probably my favorite just because like the quality of the camera is so like, you know, usually you'd think of something like using that nice one, but like it was so like bad almost that
Oh.
that's what I
You mean
like
part
so
two?
bad. Yeah, part 2.
Okay, just be clear.
It was the quality was so bad is what made it funny for me, and I love going back to watch that one just to see where we came from.
That one probably is the best bloopers too, even though there weren't that many.
Oh yeah.
My evil malevolent right
Yeah, Ethan Tucker, can you say evil and malevolent lord?
I can say that. Evil and malevolent lord.
He's like, I did it.
All right.
It was slow, but
I said it 10 times.
Ethan O'Fallon, can you say it?
Evil malevolent.
we're
On the
switching
tables
roles.
are
right
turned.
now. We're switching roles.
Yeah, I think I didn't have to say that. Evil malevolent. Malevolent. Yeah.
Evil malevolent lord.
Imagine
Evil
Fabian
malevolent
trying to say.
Oh, I couldn't speak at all that night. Oh gosh.
Well, what's your favorite film, Fabian?
I like Angry Grandpa, to be honest.
Angry
Grandpa.
Is it Angry? Oh wait, what's
Great. Now you're ruining it.
Okay.
Back-to-back
No,
super film.
that now you've just ruined our secret project in development. The sequel, Angry Grandpa.
Oh no.
He turns into the FBI. It's like John Wick when he fights the
So Grandpa Weirdo.
Yeah, Grandpa Weirdo. I like that one the best. There's a lot of creativity I can see. Like, just a lot of okay, it's like last second things that actually, worked. with the film. Like you know, it wasn't like you know, it didn't branch off of it. It actually went smooth with the actual writing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
it did follow the writing pretty well.
How about you, Jonas? What was your favorite of
My
the films?
favorite's part 2, just because, well, part 1 on the phone started it, but I didn't. That wasn't so much of a movie. It was kind of a little trailer thing. So part 2 is my favorite because I feel like that's what really started it. With, you know, it's more nostalgia or memories, I guess you could say, than the others. Because like for me personally, like the other ones were kind of hard to do, even so they had the same. Part 3 was obviously hard for me on the day, as I also said earlier. And then Grandpa Railroad and Trial, there's just so much scheduling and script writing and editing. Meanwhile, part 2 it was simpler. It was simpler times. I just had a script, and we kind of made some stuff up on the day, and you guys all gave like really funny performances in almost everything that you did. Ethan Tucker jumping up into the air, screaming. Yeah. So part 2 is my, and Alex is the amazing unicorn, and Aiden was the princess. So yeah, part 2 was my favorite, I think.
Ethan, what was your favorite part?
So far, so good with the one I'm actually in for one. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
You haven't seen the rest yet.
No, but I'm fat, and so far so good. That's all you say at that point. If the beard will stay
You're just
on,
gonna
I
get
might
this
not.
kid to play some Fortnite.
We should get lost.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You just hear.
As long as the tape sticks on the beard, I think we'll be good.
20 minutes.
Awesome.
It'll be fine.
Can I move
You
now?
didn't memorize it.
No.
You can sit over
No,
there.
Christian. Do the. He can actually do it.
It was like on my phone.
Yes, but do it after.
Ethan O'Fallon, is it rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ethan O'Fallon.
Was it worth?
What's up? When are you gonna fix that chip on my ceiling?
Oh!
Right
This is
there.
the real reason this is happening. We're getting. You're an adult now.
How many years has that been there?
5.
No,
Five?
four. Because
Was
it
it
was
when we filmed
It was part
saber
2.
scenes in the dark?
Oh no, wait, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was 5.
That was
That was our
5
first
because
year.
we filmed it during part 2. I filmed
We
the
did.
blooper of it.
Did we? I think we were just fighting in the
just-
dark.
It was when we fought in the dark during what?
during the trailer.
During the trailer. Yeah, and like, and we went in there.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
How did we not break the TV?
Yeah.
Like, how is this
By the grace of God. Nothing else.
Honestly, yes.
Nothing else.
No.
No.
Literally.
Who would win a dance-off? Ace or Hoopish Scoop? If I said that right.
He's way too
Who would win a
white, I'm
dance-off?
sorry.
I would say
That's the same person, isn't it?
the skinniest
No?
one. So probably Tech
No.
He knows too much. I can't say it either.
the evil one.
No.
Evil Malevolent.
Hoopa Shoot?
The evil
Is it,
one.
which one is it?
Snoopo food.
Ace is.
The good one.
No, I'm saying the last name.
Oh, Poofo Poosh? I don't know.
Fufufush and then Shupofu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would win?
I'll definitely order Shupushu.
Alright, we got it.
Something
We
like
got it.
that.
Throw a shoe.
You can't beat a guy in all black dressing a robe doing this.
So anybody at all, what was your favorite role to play? Of the roles that you did?
I like the
And that was from Grandpa Weirdo?
Yeah.
Why was it your favorite?
I don't know. I liked playing the lawyer too, though.
Oh yeah.
I like the lawyer. I think the lawyer's the lawyer.
Yeah, it's a fidget spinner movie.
I think I liked the lawyer the most because I got to shave. And it was really awkward because people were like, oh, you're growing your beard. I was like, it's hard to explain. And also, I liked yelling in the garage because it was really loud in there. And I think
Yes,
I totally won. Like, my points were like,
You had no hard evidence.
He's holding the fish.
He's holding the fidget spinner. There's video, like,
Thanks, Kate.
And the whole thing behind that is
Hey,
that was
he
completely
shot me.
improvised, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
So you were making that up as you went along.
partially.
okay,
Right.
so basically what I'm saying is I'm a better improviser than Ethan's. Because I totally won.
No.
Oof.
You can't beat hard evidence.
Yeah, video evidence of him holding the
Yeah,
fidget
and I
spinner.
had to go against that. I had to find a way to go against that, so I was just making, like, bull honky ideas.
I totally won. There's
Yeah.
Well, you were supposed
I've got the spinner.
I got this bump
Yeah.
bump.
Really? Okay, he
Everyone is
testified.
video
He's
gems.
going.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
No, we threw
Pull
the
up.
fidget spinner in the river at the camping, right?
It's another one.
We had two.
Oh, it's
Oh no.
Another one.
Bum bum.
How many times did that thing get thrown to you?
Yes.
Yes.
All
My
right.
favorite was probably like going to sleep after we're done. Like it's like, oh, we're all done. Well, a lot of times it's like we'll finish in the morning, or you know, and we would just all hang out down here. And I remember you guys would put on like a Lord of the Rings movie or play video games. And I would just go to sleep.
Or the
Then I would wake up and you guys would be crazy, and I'd be like,
Or watching
The
royal
one where
wedding.
game in a circle.
Or watching a wedding.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the wedding. Yeah.
Royal wedding.
I almost got mad. I did get mad.
I was
You're
upstairs
not
just
really
shaking my head when
You
I
were
heard
really
"We're watching
excited.
a royal
But we missed the
wedding."
best
No.
part. We missed the kiss.
But they did one at the end, and we screamed. Remember that?
Yeah, we did. We lost.
You screamed.
What?
We missed the kiss during the wedding. And so then they played the game.
Anybody else want to comment about their favorite role to play?
I think playing the Guardian was
I thought his favorite moment.
No, but that's
I
okay.
can't say anything.
That's
Yeah.
okay
I
because
was the
that actually was going to be one of my questions as well. So you've got that covered.
Yeah.
So
your,
you know.
your favorite was the uniform?
Yes, that
I would hope so.
I just like I did whatever I wanted, and it was always just it was some weird bubbly side of me that made the unicorn the unicorn. And
Where did you study the behavior of unicorns for that role? Or
University of a Dirt.
I don't even know where I got that idea from. When did we decide to be a unicorn? Did I decide that?
Or they
Yeah.
did. I don't know. One of you guys did.
So-
I just walked out.
We
and
just
you
thought of like fairy tale princess unicorn. You know, that's
Yeah.
what we thought.
I just walked out and you had a cone on your head and I said, "What is that?" You said, "Oh, I'm gonna be a unicorn." Okay, naturally.
And I think my favorite part of acting was during all fighting scenes.
You were just like,
I would just.
Yeah.
That's funny. So yeah. Anyway.
do you feel like any of this helped you? Because I know you're involved actively at in high school with acting. Do you feel that any of this helped you with any of that along the way at all?
Yeah.
Or
It helps me with on stage, like improv. Mostly.
We're usually the examples of like what not to do in acting.
Yeah.
If something gets published, they're gonna put it in the classes and be like, what not to do.
And a list of things not to do.
But yeah, sometimes on like the final night, like when you saw Annie and they did all that crazy bananas. I didn't do that this year, but like previous years, we would do some funny improv on Saturday nights, and it helped me out because I've been used to doing it from all of these silly movies.
well, we saw you in Annie,
Yeah.
and then we saw you as the Audrey 2 in Little Shop of Horrors. You did the voice, which was excellent, and then at the end you came out of the mouth
Yeah.
of the plant for the
Bows.
the bows. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Christian, you said
Probably the
You s-
Guardian. Because like I enjoy being an angry person.
you're pretty much I would say you're pretty accurately yourself.
Yeah.
Like, Christian, I'll be perfectly honest. You remember in Sticky Joe 2, you just say that line that it isn't worth all this crap.
Yeah, yeah.
That was completely written just because it's you.
Yeah,
That
no, that
was
was
completely
like I
you.
probably would have said that anyway.
That was the improvised.
Well, like I think I especially enjoyed like my favorite part of being the Guardian was when Fabian fell out of the tree and I would throw stuff at him.
I like being a bad guy though. It was fun. Like, talking like a filthy Frank voice was pretty cool. Just,
And
I think one of the coolest scenes we did was whenever you fought yourself.
Oh yeah,
That
that was
we messed that.
yeah.
We messed it up so many times.
Yeah, because
It
we
was
were getting
really well
reflections
done.
in glasses and like.
Yeah, and out of all the people to choose to be my opponent, we choose Alex, who doesn't match my complexion.
That was the best way to say that.
Probably
I'm proud of you.
yeah, but then I have a blooper where it's like I completely would pan over to you. And there's like,
And you're just like,
here's yeah.
But that was really it was very well acted, but it was also very well edited, so that both of them together was very well done.
outside of the roles that you actually played, are there any roles that you look back on that you would have you'd like to play now instead of what you did? Now, I will tell you from my perspective, after seeing everybody in the films and watching them made, now that I see them, I think that you guys were like perfect for how it ended up. I really do. But I'm curious if you look back and there's like, oh, I would have liked to have done that. You know, maybe I liked what I did, but I'd also be interested in having done that part. Is there anything like that among any of you?
Sort of, technically. Not really like a character, but like sort of like the storyline. Like I know since it's like PG, if I actually would have liked it if Ace would have died. Like if he would have stayed dead.
Oh, hey, spoilers.
It would have. No, like if it would have changed the whole thing.
Here's what I'll say. I wrote a story for part 4, so don't get your hopes down. We're not making it. It's not made. It wasn't written for a whole movie. It was written for something else. So.
But
And it's not even complete.
if
It's just
I
like,
would have stayed dead, like the whole movie would have been.
It would have changed the whole feel.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think that I would have wanted to play. I haven't played an evil role.
Well, you're gonna love it. It's
Evil,
great.
I mean, I played a man-eating plant at school who was evil and manipulated people into feeding me
Can you say
human
can you say
body
it?
parts. Feed me! Yeah.
He was like, that's not what I expected at all.
But yeah, I wanted
If you had done that like once, you probably would have had a heart attack.
The dog
Anyone else have
Oh boy.
roles they would have liked to have done?
well, first, what was Caden's favorite part to play? He didn't get the answer.
Trooper.
Trooper.
Not even Sticky
Not
Joe.
Judge,
Like
No, I like Trooper way better than Sticky Joe.
Really?
Let's have a nice
So-
wrestler or something like this. Something like this.
So I was going to ask you, where did the idea of Sticky Joe come from, and what inspired that voice?
Oh, I have.
Hey, I'm Bill Swift here with Blake Stakers. Today I saw this boat in here.
Okay, Caden.
Well,
Sorry.
how
Oh,
is this?
well,
Where's
okay.
your phone? It's connected to the
But
wall.
is that dead?
Wall? There's nothing on the wall. What are you talking about? Phones over there. Oh, yeah, never mind. It's in the wall.
He moved it.
I was gonna say, I'm tripping. There's nothing
Is
in
it
the wall.
rolling?
You're untying my shoe.
Yeah, it is. Let's come back.
See how you fit.
Oh, Smith,
What?
you're the waiter. Go get me some Twizzlers.
Oh, gosh. Welcome you.
Get it yourself.
No, I'm not allowed to.
You're too bad.
Okay, Ethan's gonna get.
Alright.
Alright.
You're banned.
Yeah, guys,
All right,
That's the question, guys.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
Mike
so
goes
the
through.
question was, Caden, where did the idea of Sticky Joe come from, and what inspired you to use that particular voice?
Well, the voice was originally supposed to be a combination of the speaking of Yoda and Golem. And then we slapped that together with a bit of my own touch, and then it just, for some reason, worked.
I thought of E.T.
I mean,
Hey, I was gonna say that guy.
Not that E.T. The alien one.
but yeah, I guess I don't even remember where the character idea came from. I think Jonas was one of the character that was just kind of able to link all of the stories together in the dumbest ways
Oh,
possible.
that was not the plan when we created this character. I don't know where that
Okay, then
idea started.
remind me what the plan was, because I don't
I
remember.
think it was. I remember being at one of the church dinners, and we just like, I don't know if it was you that said something to me or if I said something to you, but we came up with the idea of the character at that night. I think it might have just been more like we were just like, hey, so what if we combine Gollum and Yoda and have you play this guy? And then you were just like, oh, it's a great idea. And I was like, I'm gonna give him a cameo in the Darth Vader Dreams Part 3 film. And you're like, okay, sounds good. And then he ended up doing his 2 movies of his own and cameos in a few others. So.
And now it just seems to become this kind of linking factor that.
And that's like, the movies we've made, they're out of order, so it's like, it actually, chronologically, they have an order. So it's like, they all do connect, so, except for the trial, that one's its own thing. But, it's like, they all kind of connect, so Sticky Joe has that link, as Katie put it. So.
Anyone else? What about your favorite moment in any of the films? Do you have a favorite moment in any of the films that stands out?
You know, when we started, I think it was 2, and our
first ever like actual scene that we started doing, or our first. Everything's brand new. We just started, and the first one's a blueprint. It's a bee. Started attacking Alice.
Yeah.
And I would say it's pretty accurate to what actually happens, because sometimes like when you watch the movies, it's like even Grandpa Weirdo, like it was all of them were put together really well. But if you were there, you were like, oh god.
I remember when you were dusting Steven's face.
Oh,
my god! That's one of my favorites.
That was right here.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Trooper Rise scene.
That was a good
either
scene.
Trooper Rise scene or the scene that was a reference to Lord of the Rings and Sauron's ring getting cut off, and just the way
Oh, the arm.
the arm getting cut off. That was really well done.
Yeah. That was
really
fun as
good.
it sounds.
That's like my
It was
favorite.
like-
That's probably my favorite.
Well, and then the when you press the button and the lights, that was pretty good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
really
Press the button.
Oh, the.
Yeah.
No, the lightsaber when you were like this and
Oh,
that
Oh.
was
That was
epic.
pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, in part 2, yeah,
In fact, that he was so little, he was like. Like the lightsaber was taller than him.
Probably.
Was Caden talking? Were you guys talking about the arm, the
Trooper
trooper arm, that whole thing, and then
Yeah.
it like falls and it's
Yeah.
that shot of the
That was really
That was
Yeah,
cool
no,
because I did the flip on that. We tried, I don't know how many times we flipped it up in the air to get it to land right. So it was like,
This
yeah.
was like the blanket, but worse.
Oh,
I kind of have a little attachment to that part myself. So
I like the part where and like I think Trooper was about to stab Fabian,
Oh yeah.
and then Ethan got in the way. I just like that whole part. It was just like really dramatic.
I actually don't remember this part.
My,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, no, I know,
came
I
in
know.
randomly.
Oh, this is
My-
at the end, not during the big
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm no. This, yeah, go ahead. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, when we watched it with my sisters,
Um,
they recognized the scene from The Force Awakens, and they legit started screaming. They start going, no! Because they knew.
I will take it.
Because Fabian,
I will
Fabian
take
starts
it.
coming up to him, and literally Allie and Sarah and Kate start freaking out. They know what's about to happen. And
That's awesome.
that was
See, Fabian.
That's-
Fabian-
that's
Fabian-
great.
Fabian's such a lovable
He
character.
is like
you
Fabian's
can't,
love
you cannot dislike Fabian. Like he's so kind.
And then you get to watch.
Fabian is like the Ron Weasley of our movies.
yeah. So
Yeah.
speaking of that,
Wow, Fabian like that.
I'm missing a broom.
Oh.
Do you know anything about that?
I might have sold that for a lawnmower.
That's an expensive.
You think he's kidding?
It's either that or he gets deported, so either one.
That's an
Oh.
expensive broom.
Yep.
He's riding a good lawnmower.
It's $10 out of it.
Really bad lawnmower.
What was your favorite moment, Dragons?
I got in a slap fight with Steven during the trial.
Yeah.
And he had to escort us out, and that's when we were finished.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was a good finish.
Your voices when you scream going. It's really kind of like it's a mix of like being like what and like kind of weird, you know, but it's like threatening. At the same time.
They like broke.
It's like cavemen fighting. It's like what, but it's like okay.
They broke the audio in Grandpa Weirdo. Like
Oh yeah.
Oh,
when I heard it for the first time, I was like, how were these speakers not catching on fire from this?
It's like my mix too.
Yeah. So in Grandpa Weirdo, Steven, you took a lot of physical hits during the filming.
You really did.
And the one we see in the film, the final film, you squawked like a mutant parrot. Was that a natural reaction, or did you rehearse that, or was that all you?
I was punched
Be
so many
honest.
times and I didn't know what to do. So I kind of just like sat there for a second and I was like, what am I going to do? And then all of a sudden it just came out.
So you're saying that was actually
Can
natural?
you do it again?
No,
No.
not right now.
No,
Not right now.
not that close to my television. I don't want it to, shatter, break, anything like that, split, crack. It's not a good
All
idea.
the above.
So Zach, you were on the receiving end of that mutant parrot squawk. Yeah. How long did it take for you to regain full hearing back?
I'm still trying to figure out what he did. I just went along with everything.
I just got it from all my years of playing baseball. Just getting mad.
Was it painful at all? You know?
Not that I remember.
No.
You got knocked out.
I was gonna say, apparently he must have had some effect because he doesn't remember. So it must have been enough to make you just kind of
Oh man.
not quite black out, but something like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Somewhere along those lines.
How many times did you do that?
I'm gonna say about 6, but you didn't stream it all. Some of them you just did other stuff. Like, I do have abs. They, like, but you're right, but they're like, what's the word? Better. I don't know. You did some other stuff. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. How does it feel knowing that you're a true superstar?
How does it feel?
No, you're a true superstar. How does it feel?
You're famous.
Hey, I'm not supposed to be here.
Well.
He's a smile says
He's
all.
so modest.
Yeah,
Yes.
humble.
Until he listens to the stars. Then he
That's what I was thinking about. Just didn't know the quote.
Aiden.
I can hear that.
Next check. We're getting paid.
When was I paid the first time?
What does everybody think?
Aiden Fallon, besides the acting, you were also a prop maker and costume maker. Which item was most fun to make, and which one was the most challenging?
Most fun to make? I think today, drawing on his chin and making
Is
the
it still
bag.
there?
Yeah,
it's definitely still
Yes.
That was pretty fun. That was also very, you know.
We need to blur this.
Why you do that? Why
But
you do that?
making a Trooper's armor was fun because back a few years ago we would make these foam weapons and beat each
Oh
other.
yeah.
So I started.
Some of them hurt.
So we had all this foam from couches, and so I just took the foam around my arm and taped it all together. But I guess the horn was probably the most fun to make.
What about the what was the one that kept breaking? The double lightsaber.
Oh, double lightsaber.
That
That
was
one
the
was
most
difficult
challenging.
because.
It kept breaking.
Right.
But okay, because y'all kept abusing it. So I took out lines, put it across like 8 times, and then wrapped that sucker, and y'all still broke it.
Because we didn't
Oh my
use
God.
flex tape.
There it is.
There it is.
Watch it break.
But yeah, this was probably the most difficult to just keep together.
Yeah.
But then the horn and Trooper's armor.
May I harness my power once more?
Yeah, stand in the middle in front of the camera. So. Yeah, demonstration.
Don't put another.
Don't put another hole.
I feel the power flowing through you.
Yeah, stand up and do it if you want.
Don't hit me when I
Don't
say
Squat down a little.
If I could do this on my first try.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was also
Make sure you're
difficult,
straight.
just making the tries.
It's just
Come
like
out
you
here.
gotta
You almost took out Tucker's face.
He's
hit these down while flipping.
Yeah, no. I'm not aware of that.
This was definitely my favorite part of being a bad guy, was just having epic stuff.
That's it?
Yeah.
Are you having trouble?
I didn't want to break it.
Definitely the most epic prop.
That's okay.
Yep, that's why you
Also,
should do it.
the bag I had to put all the props in. I used this huge duffel bag
Oh yeah.
and to carry all
It
the
looked
props.
like he was breathing like a
Yeah,
body.
it looked like I was trying to smuggle somebody into the country.
Wait, what about
Oh,
Wait,
so
where's
that's all
Kevin?
we got here.
But yeah,
Hispanic down.
So what was the most challenging to make?
probably the lightsaber.
Lightsaber. Not the portal?
Just we had to redo it. Oh, the portal was difficult.
First portal?
There was no easy props to make.
The worst part is that it was so windy.
It was the wind.
Yeah.
It was just
And it was out of this
for
such a cheap tablecloth. You literally would just touch it and it would make it. It was shredded. So definitely the one you guys made was better than the one I made.
We used the same kind of tablecloth though.
Yeah,
It was a 2
I think
so.
you guys put more time into it. I kind of just was like last day.
Yeah, you did it the weekend before we filmed.
Did I?
You were over 2 yeah, 'cause I have
Oh yeah,
video
you came
footage,
over to
yeah.
my house to check it out. Yeah.
No, you were over here.
Oh, was it?
You made it over here because I have it on video.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Actually, you guys were at my house.
Well, actually, we were in New York.
We're all the
Mexico.
Actually. Alright. Alright.
That was kind of a weird bit. Arguing where it was over.
That arm was cool, but it was so hot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh.
Dude, literally,
Wait,
my arms,
my
dude,
left
hold on,
arm
was way down in the sun. Jeans. Under that, I had my black pants. Changing to
I had a black shirt on, I had black shoes on, I had black socks on,
And a
I had black pants on,
coat.
and a black trench
Black
coat,
socks
and a
was
black
right.
mask.
Actually, I think Ethan had more layers. Yeah, he was black too.
I had leather. I had leather.
Yeah, Christian, I'm gonna give this one to Ethan found because he had the leather and the double pants.
Okay, but see, and there's another.
I mistook you that.
No, Christian, he had to change from these dress pants. He had jeans and dress pants on. So if you had that plus the trench coat, he did have a big robe on, but it was a little more breathable than the trench coat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I still think he went with the double pants.
Especially
I will say the mask.
My
the
mask
mask
was-
got really.
My
hot.
first costume in part 2, that was I had a shirt, an undershirt, a shirt jacket, and a robe.
Yeah,
That was too much. It took me like 20 minutes to change.
I'm honestly surprised nobody had like a heat stroke. Because like,
Yeah.
it was, especially when like, because like I think when we did it.
Dude, when I was on the ground, I started hallucinating.
Yeah.
Such a relief.
I remember seeing stars.
I saw the sunlight turning. It's like, am I on drugs?
We're not in Kansas.
So speaking of costumes,
Nah, we in Missouri.
Christian,
Yes.
I noticed that in half the films in each film you participated in, that half of your face was covered. Well, maybe what I'm saying is not accurate.
I'm pretty sure.
You're good, just read it.
Except for
I changed it.
In each film you participated in, half of your face was covered the entire time, either by sunglasses or face masks.
Yeah.
So I was curious, were you trying to hide something?
I mean,
Or did the director think that you only have a face for radio? Or
Oh.
I'm just asking.
Or you can ask the director.
The director says that
Christian's
Christian's costume fit the role that he was trying to play. He just got cast in the parts that required to have his face be in. So when he wants to play a role where his face is not covered, you should come talk to me and see what we can do.
Yeah.
Because you had sunglasses
Yeah, I did.
for
have
one
some-
role,
I'm
and
not
then the
gonna
other
lie.
role you had the.
I was
So you
kinda
had your
worried I
top-
would have a tan line like right here. Just like
Yeah, that would not be pleasant.
really bad up.
I
if you get
just want-
sunburn like right
Oh.
here, it just starts peeling.
Or like with the
off.
glasses.
That would have looked funny.
That would have been. No, it wouldn't have felt funny.
From my perspective.
Okay, that's.
I just wanted to give you some trouble about that. Because I realized when I was thinking about it, I'm like, hey,
Yeah, I didn't
in
realize that. I
each
think I
movie, he's partially covered up.
Nobody ever saw my whole face at the same time.
No. So this is like the first time
Yeah, bloopers the only time.
on film, right?
We got
I
bloopers,
guess.
so.
I think so.
That's-
Yeah, besides bloopers.
Besides
This
bloopers.
is like the first like actual video. Where yeah.
Yeah.
Face reveal.
Hey guys, just like Rack.
Zach, I had a question for you that came up in Grandpa Weirdo. I was questioning was that boombox really as heavy as it looked, or was that just really good acting?
It was really good acting. Not trying to brag, but I am.
So the boombox wasn't heavy?
No, it wasn't.
None at all?
You know, it's balanced.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I was
Just
curious
straight
about
like
that.
he was pretending like it was heavy, and that hurt.
Aiden O'Fallon. What can you tell us about Paul Bunyan?
Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
He had a blue.
Paul Bunyan.
Wait, what?
What?
Remember
Paul Bunyan.
we just started laughing so hard, don't you remember?
It was in the Lost Bloopers at the movie night.
He just goes, pump him.
Do you guys? Okay. Do you all remember?
Don't you remember?
There's a blooper with Alex saying his line, he messed up. And then there's at the end of the hallway here, and you just go, Paul Bunyan. And I cue the music. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da.
I think
You do not remember
You all
that?
lost it. You all lost
We
it.
name again?
I can.
Maybe apparently we need to remind them.
Yeah.
Because I
he
thought
goes,
it was absolutely
Paul
hysterical.
Bunyan.
Oh my god.
Now to me, that's the funniest thing that stands out in watching all the bloopers and such. So.
Down, Ethan. Alright.
All right, so here's the Paul Bunyan clip. Come back here, Jonas, because Ethan Fallon needs to see around here.
I can see.
Okay.
Oh, should I sit on the floor?
Yeah, sure.
Ethan Smith, you come around and say this.
Yes.
What? Yeah. You weren't doing no context.
Yeah, in front of me.
Yeah, I'm like that anyway.
Alright, you guys all see?
Well, we got this one from who was strapped to a mountain outside of the lair that was about to explode. Paul Bunyan.
What?
Who was strapped to a mountain outside of the lair that was about to explode. Paul Bunyan.
I have no memory of that.
I thought you guys were talking about when we rewatched the movies.
Yeah.
I said it then.
Oh.
I thought you were saying.
Oh
it was
yeah,
then.
that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite parts too.
Okay.
I actually forgot about
I
that.
think we're getting there. Alright.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the movies because we can go watch this again.
Yeah. Dude, when I got back home from riding my bike like that.
Oh yeah.
She's so.
Your mom
So-
is
so-
everything that you do.
Yeah, let's talk about that because that is something
That's
I
what
want
I
to ask
asked
you
you
about.
there.
I was gonna say you made quite the unusual exit when filming Darth Vader Dreams Part 3 on the second day. How did your family react to seeing you ride your bike home in a clone helmet, wearing a clone helmet, and wearing a trench coat on a bike? We got this guy driving down the street wearing a trench coat and a clone trooper helmet,
Next
and
question.
we even saw you go around the corner. We waited. Oh, there he is in between the houses. There he goes, riding down Humes. You know. Tell us what happened when you got home.
Well, before I actually got home, just seeing the reactions of the people driving, like they were just like,
Who's that? Like,
just their faces. They weren't shocked. They looked more disappointed than anything. They were like,
I think I'd have been scared.
Like
I
if
mean,
I
I
see
pulled up
somebody
my
wearing a black trench coat
With a
mask
mask.
helmet on.
oh no, they
Yeah,
actually
would've been
like,
applauding
where
you
you see
driving
someone like that in the hood with
and we're going, okay.
Well, I had a duffel bag on my back
Oh yeah,
too.
that's right.
So that did not help.
Paul Bunyan was a clone trooper with a trench coat on in the summer.
Like you, yeah,
Calm down.
it was not a good day. It was a great day for me. A lot of other people had their day ruined by that. Particularly my mother.
No, she ruined your day.
We ruined each other's day, okay? But like, it was just so funny because I opened the door and I saw her face and I realized what I did and I was like, oh. I guess I'm dead already.
No.
Yeah, no.
All you have to do is just get some ghost pepper.
No.
Shove it in your eyes and you're like, I'm done.
He's allergic. Hey, baby, did you answer what your favorite moment was?
Did I?
I don't think you did.
No, I don't think I did.
Jumping over the wall.
Which was it?
When you first started or one?
Falling out of
Well, this actually happened off tape, but there was this mailman
Oh no.
coming around, and he went to one of these houses. Well, this dog decides to run up right to him, so he pepper sprays him. This kid comes running by, and I thought it was Tim Smith.
Oh yeah, we thought
And then he like didn't
We
find
kept
that-
yelling
Yeah,
at
this
him.
We were yelling at him.
Yeah,
And then it was so awkward because we get up to this kid, we're like, that's
You're
not
not
Tim.
Tim.
yeah.
And then we saw him.
Yeah, then we actually saw Tim.
You saw him before.
Yeah,
So maybe
oh, yeah,
you
before
said,
him,
like,
Yeah, we saw Tim
Saw
in
him
the
also.
car. I don't somebody thought it was Tim.
Yeah, and he looked like him from behind
Yeah,
too.
he did.
And he had the same dog.
And he had a brother who looked like his.
Yeah. They're all,
He had the
they're
hair-
all friends. He was.
But seriously, that's like one of the top 5 most awkward moments in my life. That's so awkward.
Yeah.
And the therapist. And the physical therapist.
Alright.
Kaden, between Sticky Joe, Trooper, and
Wally.
Cousin Wally. Who would win a shepherd's pie eating contest?
That's oddly specific, but okay.
Sticky Joe.
Why?
Who just?
Why would Sticky Joe win the shepherd's
I
pie
have no
eating
clue.
contest?
Well, when you think about it, Trooper can't get anything in his mouth,
Yeah.
and then Wally Weirdo has like, he's just too polite for that, and meanwhile Sticky Joe is just like, oh, food. And he, he'd eat it.
that's a good answer.
No, Wally would be distracted by his duck.
True. He feeds the duck. He feeds the duck.
He would just watch the duck eat it, and he just sits there like. Because the duck doesn't do anything. He's just sitting there.
Fabian Estudillo, you lost you had a trench coat you used, and
Yeah.
you lost that trench coat.
Yeah,
Tell
lost
us
it.
more.
Can we get
Tell us more about the trench coat.
It was tough. We had a lot of memories, and by a lot of memories I mean just using it in his films, but still, I used it a lot more than I thought I would.
I was gonna say, I think it was from
I didn't see
Lifeline.
you cherry
That was-
Yes.
Cause that's where I
Did
got
you cry,
mine.
Phoebe?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we got it at Lifeline. We're like, guys, we're literally never gonna use this. And then we ended up using it in these
Yeah.
movies. So like,
So,
okay.
so how did you lose it?
I don't know what happened because I had it set away in a container with all my other winter wear, and then I go open it up, and I'm missing several jackets, and one and a trench coat was included. So I was like, okay, I guess it was donated or something like that.
He
Your little
did.
brother ate it.
For days.
What?
That wouldn't be so nice.
Didn't you say your mom said so? Didn't you tell me she donated it?
No, I don't know what happened. I know we had a spring cleaning,
right. It's still there.
and we went down there and see, okay, this is what we need, this is what we don't need, but I'm not too sure what happened because I had it stored away in a separate container.
Alright.
Alright, so this is to any of you. Paul Bunyan. I'll never see a Clint Eastwood movie the same ever again. I'll be watching one of those movies and all I'm going to hear during the music is Paul Bunyan.
I was just looking for
I'm
some
going to
music
be
that's
waiting for
fitting.
Aiden's face to pop around the corner outside of a saloon to Clint Eastwood.
That could
Paul
be-
Bunyan.
You can turn that into a
You
meme.
just goes.
That could go viral.
Paul Bunyan. Like it's so.
Random.
Is there any off-camera moment that stands out to you that you would never forget, whether it's funny or serious?
Maybe it already
Any
is.
of those. Christian.
When we tried to build the pyramid. I guess
Oh.
we
Wow.
technically filmed
That's
that.
technically
on camera.
Yeah, it is.
But like
It
it's
really
not
is.
part of the movie, so that, yeah.
Is there anything that we didn't get at all those?
The
This is probably
what do you call it? The little sentimental moment that you put up what you put
Oh
a
yeah, at
little
the end, the
compilation.
very end,
um,
the very end of the
Oh.
video.
Everyone cried. Well, I cried.
Yeah.
It was just
You mean
like
at the end of Vader Dreams?
yeah.
Yeah. Would you watch that again?
It's like dang, that actually feels like
Yeah, that made me cry. I was like, wow.
Just hear the.
It made me think about all the times because every time I come back, it's weird because we don't see each other for like half a year, and then we're just like buddies. Well, at least for me.
Yeah. Alex doesn't see these guys.
Yeah.
Because he's hungry.
I don't go to guys' church or nothing, right? And so I come
Like,
back,
how
and
do you
yet I still
tolerate us,
feel.
honestly?
I don't know, but
Every single time we
It's very
have
hard.
Alex, every time we do these things, I feel like I have to explain ourselves to him because we're so dumb.
It's true.
He said this is true.
You're out of this conversation, Smith.
Be quiet.
Dude, what I want to do is just like start saying woof and just throw my leash on my dog, and Penny will just run up to him and like, I will bite
Go
you.
for a walk.
No, seriously, Thanos is gonna defeat Ethan.
I'm gonna give you rabies.
Alright.
Anyone else?
I will bite that dog.
Favorite
Sombrero
off-camera.
on the roof.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
earlier
you-
today.
Crayons, do you have anything?
I like to go in like messing with the cars as they drove by.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those are on video, some of
I
them are
ran.
on
I know some one. The one that I ran across the street was not on camera. There was a car running by. Just boom, ran right in front of it. I wasn't really anywhere near it. I just ran across the street with my shirt up, trying to wear that lightsaber.
He's trying to get that lawsuit
Like in
money.
the court. I need that insurance money.
Oh no.
Alright.
So we got one more clip, actually, that we want to play. Okay, if you want to go ahead and get it.
Sorry.
And then Ethan Smith, we need you to come in here.
Okay,
We
now
need
you
you to come in.
The adoptionist.
I refuse to clap for him.
Okay, that's
The,
fine.
Oh, Ethan, you can sit right here in
the
front.
adoption is now official. Ethan is no longer an
Ethan
orphan.
is up for sale.
We are. Any of you catch on, do not hold on.
I've already caught on. I
$3.
say that's
No, I already bought it for 2 cents.
I haven't even done anything wrong
lower
and lower.
Yeah, guys.
We are banned.
Alright, if any of you
All
catch
right.
on, don't say anything, alright?
So let's watch this clip, okay?
Okay.
Now,
So,
what are we looking at here?
These are the credits from Darth Vader Dreams Part 3.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's like,
This is the
halfway.
end credits.
This is halfway through them, so it's like kind of at the end here. So,
Okay. So we want to watch this.
Yep. Alright.
So Ethan was a part of this all along.
Hang on, I'm gonna pause it.
So Ethan, this says a special thanks to Ethan Smith, who told me about the magic of tissues and has no idea this film exists. Tell us about the magic of tissues, Ethan.
When did I talk about tissue?
Enlighten us, master.
I didn't even know I said anything about tissue before.
This has been a mystery to me
What's this
for
about?
how many years?
5. No. Why was I not aware that I was
That's
talking
like 2
about
years.
tissues? 3.
Alright.
So,
let me do some
Ethan,
explaining,
you're
because Ethan
inspirational.
doesn't know a thing. He
Oh, no.
probably has no memory.
Stay in school.
oh
Okay,
my
so
goodness.
basically, a plot point in this movie was about a magical tissue. Alright? It didn't end up, we didn't really film anything about it, but that's part of it, alright? Magical tissue sounds crazy, but you inspired that idea. This is in a Sunday school class, alright?
What?
Do you remember when that class that we were both in with Miss Paula in Fred's old office?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the class is on. So at some point you got up to blow your nose, and you just got tissue, and you
Oh my
blew your nose,
God.
and then you went, tissues have natural powers.
I
Ethan was
that
awake.
now.
And I just went, there's a plot point.
That was like the dumbest thing I could have said all day. Was tissues have magic powers.
But
And
yeah.
Getting high off the word of
And this
Jesus.
is when I was writing this, of course.
Oh, I'm not a
That's what
total loser after all. Alright.
So yes, Ethan, you've had a credit for multiple years, and you just never knew it was there.
Too much.
So can we get a round of applause for Ethan? So now we have to watch the movie tonight, so Ethan can see what the heck we're talking about.
Yeah. How long is
See, you were part of this the whole time.
How
and
long
you
ago
just-
was
You
it?
didn't know it.
Oh,
You're welcome to stay if you'd
Oh.
like.
Just sit on the floor.
If you'd like.
Alright.
Alright.
Ow.
You're through that.
So I'm just gonna say then, I think that's all for the interviews here, and basically I just want to say, I've described these films as concept films. You have given the film something beyond a concept, and you should be proud of that. I myself am grateful for the time and effort you put into all these, and I find them very entertaining. You're a great group of guys, and I hope whatever you pursue in your life, you pursue it according to God's will for your life. And I really sincerely appreciate everything you guys have done in coming together and putting in the long, hard work that you did. And it's really rewarding to me to see all of you in these films. And so I want to thank you for that. And you guys should really be proud of what you've accomplished. So everybody's had an important role, even those that didn't know they did it.
Yeah.
Any involvement whatsoever.
Yeah, but now I remember. What? How long ago was that?
That was well, we made the movie in 2017,
So it was probably like 2 or 3.
so it was probably when I was writing that, late 2016 probably. It might have been January of 2017.
It was like 14?
Something like that, yeah.
So Jonas,
Oh,
do you have any final thoughts?
Um,
Anything else you'd like to address? or
yeah,
say?
I'll just say that I'm also very grateful for all the time and stuff you guys put into
Okay.
this. Throwing those things at me. So I appreciate all that you guys have done for it as well. It's like you guys, those of you that have been here longer, you've kept coming back year after year. For those of you that haven't been here as long, Greg and Smith, you know, you still have done, you've still made the movies and you've still done a good job. So I really do appreciate it, just because like kind of, like I was saying, they're kind of concept films, so it's like, you know, what we're doing now, it is just a goofy little short film, but there's ideas there that, at least in my mind, they can grow into bigger things. So, Tucker, do you want to say something?
Who are we adding next year?
Austin.
No! I have one back. Cut.
Wait a minute. As executive producer of these things, I think I am. I don't know,
so
ultimately
you're
I am the boss at this point. I'm the studio head. I don't know.
Something
Whatever.
like that.
I have serious reservations about that, and that's all I'm going to say right now.
He
Because that
joins
means
that- he
if that
joins that
happens, the liability insurance goes way
We're
up.
gonna go out of business.
And That's all there is to it.
Kevin can be Juan's crazy uncle.
This could be a lot more
Kevin
holes
looks
like
like
that.
fun.
He's just. I feel like Kevin.
He's really sticky to return.
That was whenever this. Okay, so this picture, we went to Dairy Queen the other day, and so Kevin needed a ride.
Oh, yeah,
So my
yeah.
brother and I go to pick him up. We're like, okay, we'll pick up Kevin. And so
2 minutes.
Fabian goes to his house, and Fabian texts Kevin. He goes, "I'm here," and we're like, "Dude, we're at Dairy Queen."
He said okay to me in a separate text.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's
I got so mad at it. Oh my gosh.
I have 2 minutes left. Thank you.
Guys, know what we're doing in 2 minutes.
that's-
Imagine not being able to. No,
I don't have anything else to say. Do you guys have anything else to say? Closing remarks?
And yeah, does anyone else have
Anybody
a
else?
final thought they'd like to?
Y'all are
Epic win.
insane.
I agree.
I honestly don't know how we finished the third one. Out of all the distractions, I don't. Well, I mean, there was still a lot of missing. But
Jonas is how we finish.
Yes.
yeah,
you're right.
Jonas and
Part of it goes down to God for keeping the rain out of it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
He saved the rain so Grandpa Weirdo when we weren't as concerned
Oh, I
about it.
remember that.
And then also the scheduling, because we were able to get that to work out for the most part. Caden couldn't be here as much, and the third day fell apart because of so many things. But yeah, so yeah, it wasn't just me. So,
All right, thank you guys.
yeah. No, wait, it's the wrong room. We have to do it upstairs.
Oh yeah.
Come out.
Alright, let's see how much time.
I don't think we're doing it again.
Gets hot.
Oh my god, I flipped out more than this.
Oh no. McHugh just be like,
Brandon wants to try too.
Oh, that's the best reaction I've heard.
What is it? Show them.
Oh that one almost looks the most natural.
Oh my god.
He's that face.
All right, this is all working. All right, so we are gonna get this thing started.
Is this my water?
I don't know.
I'm assuming I gotta go back out.
Yes.
Dab on the haters.
What?
I'm too cool to be in the
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Gonna blast.
I'm Jimmy Neutron and you're watching Disney Channel.
Great way to start.
PBS kids be like.
PBS Kids. Okay, I was about to say.